There has never been a better time to start your family tree than right now, because digitized archives have changed everything. Millions of records have been digitized over the past few years. Census records, immigration documents, newspapers, and even handwritten church records are now online and searchable. You can sit at your kitchen table and access information that used to take weeks to find. But here's the problem: access doesn't equal understanding. Most beginners open a genealogy website, type in a name, and instantly feel overwhelmed. They don't know which results matter, which ones to ignore, or how to tell if they found the right person. That's why we're going to simplify this. Before you open a single website, start with what you already know. This step is simple, but it's where accuracy begins. Write down your name, your parents' names, your grandparents' names, and your great-grandparents' names if you know them. Add dates and locations if you can, even if they're just estimates. This becomes your foundation. Every record you find later should match what you already know, or at least make sense alongside it. And here's something that will save you a lot of frustration. Don't try to build a giant family tree all at once. Focus on one person at a time and move backward step by step. That's how you stay accurate and avoid connecting yourself to the wrong family. Now let's talk about where to actually find records, because this is where most beginners get stuck. You don't need 10 different websites. You need one good place to start. I recommend beginning with Family Search. It's completely free and has millions of records from around the world. For many people, this is more than enough to get started. Another major platform is Ancestry. It's a paid site, but it has one of the largest collections of records available and very strong search tools. If your ancestors were in the United States, the National Archives is an important resource, especially for military and government records. And if you want to add real-life details to your research, the Library of Congress has a massive collection of historical newspapers and images. The key here is simple. Start with one site, learn how it works, then expand later if you need to. Once you're on a website, the next question is what to search for first. This is where people often overcomplicate things. Start with census records. These are some of the easiest and most useful records for beginners. They show families living together at a specific time and usually include names, ages, occupations, and locations. This helps you confirm relationships and move from one generation to the next. After that, look for birth, marriage, and death records. These are some of the most reliable documents because they confirm family connections. And if your ancestors came from another country, immigration records can open up an entirely new path. Passenger lists and naturalization records often contain details you won't find anywhere else. As you search, don't just focus on names. Look at the details: ages, occupations, locations, even neighbors. These small clues are often what confirm that you've found the right person. Now, this next part is where most people either succeed or quietly go off track without realizing it. Because the biggest problem in genealogy today isn't a lack of records, it's bad information. One of the most common mistakes is trusting other people's family trees. Just because something is online does not mean it's correct. In fact, many trees are copied from one another, and the same mistakes get repeated over and over again. If you build your tree based on that, you can spend hours, sometimes years, researching the wrong family. Another mistake is moving too fast. It feels productive to keep clicking and adding people, especially when websites give you hints. But speed is not your friend here. Every time you rush, you increase the chances of attaching the wrong record to the wrong person. And here's something that surprises a lot of beginners. Names are not stable. In today's society, the spelling of our names are precise for a host of reasons. However, during our ancestors' time, spelling changed constantly in historical records. A last name might appear 3 different ways in 3 different documents. If you search too narrowly, you'll miss important records. And finally, many people stop too soon. They search one website, don't find anything, and assume the record doesn't exist. But genealogy doesn't work that way. Records are scattered across different platforms, different databases, and sometimes under slightly different details. So if something doesn't show up right away, it doesn't mean you've hit a dead end. It just means you need to search a little differently. Now let's talk briefly about AI, because this is becoming part of modern genealogy whether we like it or not. Today's tools can help suggest records, read old handwriting, and even translate documents from other languages. And this can save you a lot of time. But it's important to understand what AI can't do. It cannot guarantee accuracy, it can suggest possibilities, but you must verify the information yourself. Think of AI as a helpful assistant, not the final decision maker. As your tree starts to grow, organization becomes more important than most people expect. It doesn't take long before names and records can start to blur together. That's why it helps to save copies of the records you find and keep simple notes about where they came from. Even a basic folder system on your computer can make a big difference. And if you're unsure about something, leave yourself a note. It's perfectly okay to mark something as uncertain and come back to it later. So let's simplify everything into a clear starting plan. Start with yourself and your immediate family. Go to a site like Family Search and search for a census record. Look closely at the details to make sure they match what you already know. Then move back one generation and repeat the process. That's it. One person, one record, one step at a time. And here's what makes this so powerful. Every record you find represents a real person who lived in real life. These are not just names on a screen. These are your ancestors, your stories, your history. And once you start finding those connections, it becomes something much more than just a hobby. If you're just getting started, I have another video that will help you avoid the most common genealogy mistakes beginners make. That's the perfect next step after this one. And if this video helped you feel more confident about starting your family tree, make sure you subscribe to my channel for simple, beginner-friendly tips that actually work. Well, that's it for today, folks. Thank you for watching. Good luck with your research, and I'll see you in the next one.